Jungle fever is interracial dating. I had jungle fever before. I had jungle fever so bad, I used to go hunting for white chicks. I used to go to the farmer's market every Sunday. 6 o'clock in the morning, I had the farmer's market outfit on. I had a baseball cap, I kept squeezing the brim, make it look like a Hootie and a Blowfish hat. I had a Bruce Springsteen t-shirt, cut off shorts, I had flip-flops, Pilates ball under one arm, I had a yoga mat on the other arm. I had a recycle bag made out of a recycle bag that was just recycled with a whole bunch of kale and gluten-free stuff. White chicks love kale and gluten-free. A year ago, I didn't even know what gluten-free meant. This dude said gluten-free. I was like, how long was he locked up, dog?
Donnell Rawlings is on the Adam Carolla Show.
A New Day is the name of the special.
Yeah, so that
Netflix.
time I was about to kill this motherfucker, Adam, you know, the motherfucker rolled up on me, right? And I was like, the fuck out my face. You know what I'm about. And bop, 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 bop. Bitch ass motherfucker. Don't play with me, nigga.
Would you put a cap in his
I
ass?
put a hot one in him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know how I do.
Donnell, we understand who you are now.
Motherfuckers gonna stop playing with me. I'm about that life.
You don't need to overcompensate.
Right. What do you mean?
We get how you are now.
My gangster.
You live in a small town, Ohio. You're kayaking.
That was part of. That's a summer home.
You have to do this with us.
It's fine.
It's a summer home.
Listen, it's a new life.
It's a summer home, and it's for extended weekends. That's the only thing I do there. Outside of that, I'm up. You know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in the hood like OJ's in the hood.
Yeah.
Which is not in the hood.
Bronco for life. Y'all know what I do. Stop playing with me.
Yeah. OJ was a
I know what OJ is. Stop playing with me.
Okay. All right. Listen, you don't have to convince us. We love you.
This is my life, Adam. What you talk?
Whoever you are, we accept you.
Yeah, all right. Don't play with me.
No. We
Respect my gangster. No cap. You heard?
Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah. No, I know. Okay. I get it. Sorry about the beats mix up. Maybe I feel like that's sent to us.
I ain't tripping off no beats. I don't need no beats. I'm my own man. I beats asses.
Right.
Talk about beats around me. Blook-up, blook-up, blook-up.
Yeah. All right, you want to do some news?
If it's good news, the fuck out of here. How many people died in Brooklyn last week? That's what the fuck I want to know.
All right, Chris, how many people died in Brooklyn?
I don't
week?
have that information.
Oh, it's not.
Yet,
Oh, okay.
no.
Well,
The
what do
Bronx.
You got bad news.
I got to start out of Wisconsin.
All right.
You do that?
Yeah, I know.
You're trying to trigger me.
I know you love cheese, and you probably spent a lot of time in Wisconsin, Donnell. Go ahead.
All right, just 40 minutes outside of Milwaukee, there's some new dash cam footage of this horrific collision with an Amazon truck and a train. So this happened in 2021.
That's my man right there. We used to rob motherfuckers together, bruh.
Yeah, the driver.
Ray.
Was Tracy Morgan in that truck?
Oh!
So sorry, but he's got a lot of street cred, you know. He still has a lot of street cred. Tracy does. Some people maintain their street cred, you know, getting everyone pregnant and whatnot.
I can't believe you said that. Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon. Oh.
All right. What happened?
So he's crossing some train tracks, and an Amtrak train barrels towards him. The train's going about 80 miles an hour, and it just basically just slices this truck in half right behind this driver. And we can watch it. So this is just his. This is the rear view mirror point of view.
Yeah.
And it's just it's crazy footage. And
was he driving across the tracks or like around the gate or something?
Oh! Ow!
Look at that. Now he's
wow.
just sitting there as this train is just inches behind his seat.
Yeah. Damn. And he's a UPS guy or Amazon guy. I feel like that's probably what happened to a lot of the shit I ordered the other week. He's probably in that truck.
So the train did lay on the horn. He's deaf. He's partially deaf in his left ear, this driver. So he says he didn't hear it.
Huh?
Okay. Partially deaf in one ear, and you can't hear that air horn from a train that you can hear 30 miles away. So if I just cupped my hand over one ear and that train was honking, I wouldn't hear it? That seems peculiar to me.
Yeah. He said, and he didn't hear the train or the horn, and but he's okay. No, not a scratch. And finally, the footage came out, and it's crazy.
That is crazy. It's also weird how much we're still into trains in 2024. You know, we're trying to build a bullet train in California. We talk about trains all the time. Trains should have been gone when airplanes showed up in terms of a form of transportation.
Seems outdated, right?
I'm not into train. I'm into guns. You already know.
Oh, you like, what'd you say, busting?
Busting shots.
Busting shots.
Yeah, give you a hot one in that ass.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So not into trains.
No, we put shots, hot ones. Fireball on your ass, you know?
Yeah. Not into commuter trains, not Amtrak.
No.
Mm-hmm.
If we go to trains, we rob them. You feel me?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's street. I mean, that's real.
Gangsta.
I mean, hood. That's gangster.
Gangster, yeah.
Yeah. It's gangsta with an A at the end, or?
Gangster, yeah.
Okay.
Not
No, gangster.
That gets a lot of people in trouble.
You get that ER out of there.
Yo, once you get that ER, you get used to it. You don't want that.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, you just don't want to get in the habit of saying at the end of everything because at some point you're going to get into trouble.
You are going to get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tupac or Tupac?
Tupacer.
Hard ER on Tupac.
Please.
Tupacer or not Tupacer.
All right, what else we got?
So Yale has announced that they're bringing SAT testing back as a best, because they say that these tests are the best way to predict success. During the pandemic, they decided to get rid of these tests and just go with high school extracurriculars, GPAs, and but they're like, it's not really working, so we're going to go back to testing.
They always do this. They go, look, we got to get rid of the testing so we can be more inclusive and get more people in. And it's like, all right, so you used to have a test where a cop, to be a police officer, you had to run, a mile in under 8 minutes, and you had to climb an 8-foot wall, and you had to be able to do 12 push-ups. And they go, now let's get rid of that. Mm-hmm. And they go, okay. And then they go, why are all the cops so fat? It's like, because you got rid of all the stuff they needed to do. And what's up with the students at Yale? Well, you got rid of all the gates and the gatekeepers to stop people who don't belong in Yale from getting into Yale.
Right. And this is like weeding out all the
Where
Asians.
was all this shit when I was in high school? I talk to my kids, they're seniors in high school. I go, what's up with the SATs? They don't do those anymore.
I just realized that. I remember some talk about it, but I didn't know they really implemented that.
They go, it's not really a thing. Maybe if you're trying to get into Brown or Harvard or something like your brother.
I took the ASVAB test. That's the military equivalent to SAT test.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I scored high enough to be a police officer. So disappointed my dad. My dad was a lifelong criminal, and he said, out of all them goddamn jobs they got, you want to be a police ass motherfucker? Really disappointed my dad.
Was your dad a lifelong criminal?
Yeah. He was a heroin kingpin in D.C. years ago. He passed away like 4 or 5 years ago. And I understand, it's nothing to be proud about, but he was in the drug game, and I was so happy that he was a kingpin and not just like a guy on the corner selling dime bags. So that's what I had to look up to. My dad is a kingpin.
Yeah. Was he around when you were growing up?
Well, not when you're doing jail time. It's hard to spend as much time. Yeah. He was in and out. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because I look at that and I look at the relationship that I have with my son. And I never had a problem with my dad. He chose a lifestyle that didn't allow him to spend as much time I think he might have wanted to spend with his kids. Right? I got about 2 handful of great memories with my dad. Mm-hmm. Then when I had my son, I was like, he's not going to go through that. That's why the thing that I appreciate and that my son always understands is, and every day I'm trying to make memories. I don't want him to be like, I remember when I was in school, kids used to share stories about their dad and everything, and they'd be like, and I'd be like, I want to listen to more of your stories. I didn't have any.
Yeah. So they didn't have what's your son, 9 years old?
8.
I was trying to do some math because he's in the beginning of the special.
Yeah.
Right? Very cute.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think because you couldn't have your dad come to school on career day because other dads were firemen and other dads were accountants and they would
my
show
dad,
up.
his fake job he was a real estate agent.
Oh, he had a fake job.
Yeah, he had what he told us about. I never saw him sell a house.
I think my dad had a fake job too, except for he didn't deal drugs. He just had a fake job and no other income.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting.
But I, like I said, don't have no bad memories or anything, but I don't have a lot of memories. So it's very interesting.
Yeah. Well, look, you're one of the people I always talk about where you go, you know what it's like to be raised this way, and so you're not going to do it with your son, which I appreciate. But I talk to so many people where they go, well, he got raised that way, so now he's raising his son that way because that's all he knows.
I know, but like you say, what you know should be an example of what you shouldn't do and move forward. And I think
agree.
some dads are dope just because of probably the experiences they had coming up. And I mean, this guy's my everything.
Your son.
He has me. Yeah, that's just my guy. He says stuff like the other day, about 4 or 5 months ago, I said, what do you want to do? He was like, I want to be in entertainment. And I was like, don't tell me that. Part of, the dad in you wants to say, he wants to walk in dad's footsteps. But then when you think about all the trials and tribulation and how not horrible, but how bad this business could be if you don't have tough skin. And I told him, I was like, well, if it's something you want to get into, I said, first off, you can't get upset because he gets upset about that. I was like, you're not going to be able to have that attitude. Prepare yourself for people telling you no all the time. Everybody's not going to be supportive. You might be lucky if the family supports you, right? And I was like, you got to think about that. I said, well, maybe, have you ever thought about maybe being like a funny doctor or a funny lawyer or something? And he was looking at me like, right? And then I was like, why do you want to do this? And this one broke me down. He said, Daddy, because you inspire me. I'm like, oh.
Wow.
This dude is like, it's just stuff like that just makes me start cutting onions.
What if he named that podcaster Talk Shit About Chappelle as his inspiration?
Talk shit about the name of a podcast?
No, what if your son said, who inspires me?
What?
The guy who does the podcast who talks shit.
Oh, Corey Hogan.
Yeah. I'd like to coach that kid up. I'd like to I'll give him $30.
You gotta get out of here, son.
Funny.
Nah. And the crazy thing about that Hokum thing, like, I can appreciate different styles of comedy. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you stick to it. I'm weird like that. Like, there's people that do dark humor that's like hacky and whack. And then there's people that do dark humor that kill it. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I always said before this, I was like, this like one of the only dudes I know, the audience could be ready to walk out, protest, and go crazy 1 minute, and then 10 seconds later, he hit a punchline, and then everybody's falling out their chair. I understand that, but now, not good. Ugh.
All right. Sorry, what else we got?
All right, so Google, they have this new AI program called Gemini. Mm-hmm. And they have, as of us recording it, they have paused this program because there are, quote, inaccuracies in some of the historical pictures that it's generating.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
I heard some stuff about it.
Yeah, so it refuses to create images of white people.
Yes! oh yes! The comeback is real. Yeah.
So like you ask it like, hey, can you generate a picture of them signing the Declaration of Independence, and they're the guys will be black, or George Washington will be Asian, and it can't generate white people.
Right. Yeah. I think this is the problem. I think the problem with AI that a lot of white people have or conservatives have is who's feeding AI the information. And then that's the way it's going to answer. And so if you're very progressive, then you are feeding AI what the answer. And then if you said, who's the best president in the world, the AI would go Joe Biden. And then you go, who's the worst president in history? And they go Donald Trump. But is that AI, or is that the feelings of the guy who was programming AI?
How do they figure that out by your? How do they figure out what you think? Is it because of what you say by your phone, through your phone, what you Google? How do they figure out what?
I think it just uses everything as information.
Scary. Yeah, it's scary.
Well, why won't it do white people?
Unclear, and that's probably why they put a pause on it. But like, if you try to ask it to show a picture of a white person, it'll give you it'll say we can't fulfill this request because it reinforces harmful stereotypes and generalizations about people based on their race.
All right, so if you went to AI and you want slave owners, it'd just be black people and Asians,
Or maybe it'll just refuse to do it.
Well, I know they gave us a female pope, I think, on one of these things.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's just been messing with it since they figured this out.
So there's black Nazis, there's Asian female Nazis, German war soldiers.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, so it's a glitch, I guess. So the head of Google Gemini's AI, so they dug up some of his old tweets, and he talks about systemic racism, white privilege being real. So Elon responded to it, and he just wrote, we can put the tweet up here. He just wrote, "What a racist douche nozzle," which then I thought,
Donnell, douche nozzle's my thing.
You can have it.
I got
I'm not gonna fight you for that one, man.
Yeah, you got I'm rich, bitch, but
Right,
and I got
douche nozzle.
well, the German accent, it sounds good.
Yeah, douche nozzle I came up with about 25 years ago on the radio, which is why we calling everyone douche bags. Douche bags hanging on the back of the bathroom door. The nozzle's the business end of the douche. And I thought it'd be more insulting to call people douche nozzles than douche bags.
And that's I just had a problem with douchebags. And I remember the time I found out what they were really for. I was like, oh my god, it's not a hot water bottle.
Yeah, yeah. Don't put it on your neck. So, like, if you had a really tough day kayaking, let's say, you wouldn't.
Why are you triggering me,
said
man?
You love the outdoors.
You are triggering me, bro. That's
so
abusive.
Let's just say you've been fly fishing and on your feet for half a day, and you get that nice warm douche bag and put it on your casting shoulder.
Yo, mental health is real, Adam.
So Elon's using douche nozzle.
He's using.
I want some
nozzle.
credit for that. All right.
Yeah, we gotta trace it back to you. So China, they are now sending us a new pair of giant pandas. They're going to the San Diego Zoo this year in a boost for what is known as panda diplomacy. After our zoos were left with almost no more
probably
pandas.
Yeah, like a year ago, they took all the pandas back and took them back. Yeah.
Yeah, now they're like,
check those pandas for fentanyl. I bet they're stuffed with fentanyl. They're just coming to poison our youth.
I like the salt and pepper chicken.
The salt and pepper.
Oh
chicken.
yeah,
from the Express.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
tasty.
A la carte, but nothing else though. You just got to get it like that.
You know, it's kind of weird. Shitty Chinese food tastes better than good Chinese food. Like Panda Express is awesome.
Yeah, especially when you partake in municipals.
Oh yeah, like
delicious.
Yes. So now we get the bears, right?
we got bears back.
But we have to lease them, as I've said many times. You know, it costs $500,000 to $1 million a year for us to lease the bears from China.
So what happens if a bear get pregnant here? Does that break the lease, or who has ownership of that?
We try to get them pregnant.
Oh, that's all I hear about in D.C. I forget what the name of the panda was.
You guys
I know
had
she got,
famous pandas.
like Ling or something
Ling
like that.
Ling
But
and, yeah.
every year they was like, she's having that. Never mind.
Yeah, they get to name them.
Yeah.
Chinese do.
But who keeps the baby panda?
I think it's probably China. The only reason I think it's China's is because this is the rawest deal ever. They lend us a couple of bears. All the bears do is sit and eat, and we have to feed them. We have to beg them to fuck, but they're not horny.
Right.
We don't get to name them. And when they shit out a kid, China keeps it.
Do you think you'd be ready to fuck if motherfuckers are staring at you through a cage all the time and you got to eat when they say you would? Would you be aroused by that?
I felt a lot of people were staring at me through glass. It would probably slow my roll, but at some point the boner would take over.
Has to happen.
Whoa! At some point, and if you're going to show me panda porn, we showed them panda porn.
Panda porn is
they have panda porn and they show it to
They
them.
really?
Yeah, they go like, "Hey, things heating up. You in the mood?"
The animal kingdom, when it comes,
What do you think? There has to be one zoologist, scientist who works at the zoo who got caught beating off to the panda porn. You love pandas, we know that, right?
oh my God.
There's a great love for pandas, and you got the panda porn. Guy probably had a beer at lunch, and just was left alone in the observation room and popped into panda porn.
He's desensitized now.
Yeah.
Kind of anything's on the table.
But the way
show him
with
panda
different
porn.
colors, it looks like interracial porn right now too.
It really is.
Oh, I
it's
guess
a lot of
it
ebony and
counts.
ivory on that bear. Yeah. Trying to think. What do you think? Do you think the panda black and white breakdown is 50-50, or are we like 63% white? That's how I'd like it, by the way.
But you're white. You would. See,
I'd like a majority white.
You see
I like a
white.
majority white panda.
That's what.
It's broken down like your school was, right?
Exactly. And I stayed on that side of it.
You stay on your right side of the panda, son.
T.C. Williams of pandas.
I think a panda it's really your school. It's about a 70-30 black white
But it's
ratio.
not anymore. It's like a super Hispanic now.
Oh, today's panda?
No, today's.
Okay, I got confused.
Today's T.C. Williams, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Salvadorians came and took over. It's pupusas on every corner. now.
Oh man. So anyway, we got him back.
Got him back.
They're in San Diego.
You said about $1 million a year for a pair of pandas.
Yeah, and we don't get to name them.
I know.
But Dawson, look it up. Who gets the panda offspring?
It all goes back to China. I don't even have to look it up.
It's
China.
the dumbest deal in the world for us.
Yeah, no. The people in San Diego should have just said, "Keep your fucking panda, bro."
That's right.
We don't need it.
We're going to take
We're
that
San
money.
Diego.
We're giving that money to the schools.
People are coming here anyway.
But at the school, are they the biggest? I mean, I know these pandas like this. I get more views. I mean, is a panda like the most visited, or is people would they specifically go there just because I want to see pandas? And I think it's going to be a spectacle now since they had a hiatus and coming back.
Yeah.
So they're going to be like, guess who's home, y'all?
Everyone's going to be into seeing the pandas, and the koalas are pissed. Because
Right.
they're sitting there and they see all the people coming in. They go, all right, here
We're
we
good to
go.
go.
It's on. And they turn and head toward the panda
Bitch-ass
cage.
panda.
And then they start talking shit about pandas.
Nice. Also,
Back
isn't
at
it-
you, panda.
they didn't just agree to give it to us. They agreed to take the San Diego Zoo's fucking money and then bring a panda.
When are they
they're
coming?
not doing
Thanks,
this
Dawson.
nicely.
I think we covered
You
this.
did? I didn't. My bad.
That's
Clearly.
why I
Well,
knew
they charge us $1 million, right?
Yeah.
That's the part where they take the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No confusion there.
Yeah,
no.
Been discussed.
Sure.
Okay. Many times. All right.
Yeah, so we'll get them. I don't know when they're coming. It's just the agreement has happened, and they don't even know which pandas they're sending yet.
We have a baby panda here. China waits 3 to 4 years for it to mature.
We have to raise the panda too.
before
What happens
taking it
if the
back.
panda dies on American soil?
War.
Yeah, that's World War III. Pandemonium. Yeah, that's Dawson's joke.
Pandemonium, that's a good one. Toss
Yeah,
up.
yeah, that's an international event, and that's going to start a war.
That's funny.
Yeah, I feel like if Trump gets back in office, we're just going to keep those pandas.
Pandemonium. We have more pandas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, let's do one more here.
All right, so the world's tallest man has reunited with the world's shortest woman in Irvine, according to the Guinness World Record. They are Sultan Kozan, he's 41, and Jyoti Amji, she's 30. Sultan is from Turkey. He is 8'3", and Jyoti is 2'7". Yeah, and so they I guess they get together every once in a while just to show that we're the same species somehow.
Yeah. Or so he can just rest his balls on her
I
forehead.
feel so sorry for her. I thought about that. I'm so wrong.
Well, who dies first? Like, little people don't make it as long as regular sized people, but super tall people don't make it as long as regular sized people as well.
What ethnicity are they of the same ethnicity?
No, the guy is from Turkey and the girl is from India.
So they dating?
They should.
They should, although.
Yeah, I do see chemistry, but they just get together based off their height.
We're all
put it
thinking the
together.
same thing.
Yeah.
Right now, we're all thinking the same
We'll
thing.
show them some panda porn.
That's what I was
Panda porn's
thinking
on the
about.
table.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. I don't know if although I did, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did my radio show once, and I said to him, what is it? You have thoughts about death? Because super tall people don't make it as long as regular sized folk. And he's like, what? And I was like,
Confused?
you don't see 80-year-old guys that are 7 foot
Yeah.
tall. And he goes,
That is true.
I don't know what you're talking about. I said, oh, shit. I was like, you never given it any consideration? He's like, no.
And that was it.
Well, not
I was
till
like,
now.
I was like, oh,
Thanks.
fuck. Even just hitting your head on a door jamb could take you out,
Yeah.
you know? Like, I never see any guys that are.
That's crazy. That's just they want to sell tickets to something.
You don't see 75-year-old guys that are 6'9", you know?
I hear their hearts have to work harder because there's more
whatever,
more distance for the
something,
blood to
yeah.
pump.
But not
Not him.
Not
He
the
does break
captain.
his hip a lot. Speaking of Kareem, though, I'm so bummed about Winning Time being canceled because that was such a good show. I know you were on it.
Yeah, I thought we were going to come back. Well, I don't know what happened. I know there was some talk about a third season. I don't know if they stopped in the middle of production or whatever, but it was a very, 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 very interesting show. It was pretty funny.
It was a great show.
Yeah.
I love that show.
I got to work with Earthquake and Joe Pepitone, I think it was. It was good times.
Hey, Earthquake is also one of the specials that Dave.
Yeah, the home team.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
producing.
You know why? Let me explain why school's a waste. So my son loves basketball. And when he was, I don't know, probably 9, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar came in here for a long interview. And I said to him, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's coming tomorrow. And he's like, oh, I could come in. And then somebody, mom or somebody's like, that's a school day. And I said, what the fuck?
skip
What were you
school.
going to third grade? What the fuck
Right,
are you going to
right,
learn?
right, right.
Who cares? I can't remember a day. I'm just there to cheat off of Cynthia Nagatani, and he's like, I could just come in with me to work, and then you can meet Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And he's like, oh. And then it got shut down. No. He's missing enough school, whatever. Once every 2 weeks, he just says to me, God damn it. I wish I could have.
Yeah. You couldn't
Yes.
veto that? Or you just...
You know,
you don't want the problems.
You got to pick your battles.
Right.
You know how that works.
So, Kareem, you think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar be excited that you didn't pick the battle for him?
I didn't even bring it up to the man. I had a good conversation with him. Maybe we talked about jazz in Harlem or something like that. But
You should have fought that fight. I'm telling you, you should have fought that fight. That's kind of weak of you.
yeah, you're right.
Nobody's ever called you a pussy?
It's not too late.
Well, if they did, I'd pop a cap in their anus.
Put a hot one in them. Huh?
Yeah. My friend Two-Packer,
Yeah.
he told me before Medium Smalls was gunned down.
Biggie Smalls.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Out
can
in
you give
front of
Adam
the-
some gangster
Nah, he-
lessons here?
Nah, he wouldn't fight
Yeah.
for Kareem. I don't want to
He
deal with this
knows
dude.
I'll be dumping part of my 35-ounce out.
It's 40 ounces.
Okay, listen, I'm up with the cost. Don't-
Right, but it's 40, and then you got to, and when you get to 40, when you bust a hot one in them, and when they're 6 feet under, you take the 40 ounce and you pour it down in their honor. That's how you represent the streets, Adam.
Well, I got shorties. Too. Bitches and hoes.
Yes.
And I got a backhand like John McEnroe, and if the bitch steps up, I'm smacking the hoe.
Okay, there you go. That's it, man. That's it. That's it.
Effective, yes.
So that's all you need to know.
That's it.
Yeah.
David Matthews will be proud of you right now.
Well, he's the guy who originally told me that bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
All right.
Suck on these balls and lick on this dick. That was a Dave Matthews song.
Oh man, we need prayer right now, man.
More
We
than
need
ever.
prayer,
Let's
man.
get Mark Wahlberg up in this hizzy.
Let's get some prayer going on, man.
All right, Donnell's got a hard out, so we're gonna respect that. This special is really funny special.
Thank you.
A New Day. It's available now on Netflix. And you can go to DonnellRawlings.com for tickets and dates. And
Tickets and dates. Somebody said, Donnell, what's next for you? I was like, it doesn't. This is how I feel as a comic, a working comic. Somebody said, I know my agents don't want to hear this, right? They said, what's next for you? I was like, it doesn't have to be anything else. The fact that I can get a decent living, telling jokes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not overly excited about it. I need a TV show. I need a movie. I know they're going to hate this. They're going to be like, you can't talk like this. But I'm so happy where I am. I'm so happy that what makes this special to me, I would say 20 years ago when I was still trying to get a name for myself. Not that I'm all that right now. It would have been like, this will be my calling card. This is when people be introduced to me. But it's enough people know me now to make a decent living. But I think this is like, my fans have been following me for a long time. That's been like, when is he going to get one? That's seen other people get specials and kind of like tanked. I think that they're excited for the world to see like what I can do as a stand-up. So as the song says, it's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good.
Love that Hootie and the Blowfish.
You wouldn't say that. I tried to dismount. You disrespectful, man.